Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Breaking Tables. This is Epic B.
And this is Tampa Neil.
Still got to work on that timing, brother. This is
Sorry, I was still sharing.
Monday night, bye week. Absolutely nothing to talk about and absolutely everything to talk about. We're going to have an epic show tonight, only on the Built in Buffalo Network, brought to you by Coco's Fashions and Straight Out of Buffalo. Nice little hats. Good to see him over the weekend. But this is Breaking Tables. Let's have some fun, guys.
Oh no! Our table! It's broken!
You find us, we breaking the tables. We tell right. Breaking them tables. You know the mafia dangerous. You
right,
see us,
Cam,
we breaking the
Monday,
tables.
it is breaking tables night.
Tables, we breaking them. Tables, we breaking them. Tables, we breaking them. The podcast breaking tables. You see us, we breaking them tables. Neil and Brian is breaking the tables. The mafia, baby, you know that we dangerous. Everybody know. Don Brown.
Get the tables.
What's going on, everybody? Tampa Neil, happy Monday night, bro. How you doing, bud?
Happy Monday, B. I'm doing pretty good. I'll tell you, I love that part at the end where he's like, bring them tables.
Don Brown, man, he's a beast. For the people that are watching at home, thank you. People watching on your ride to or from work, you guys are awesome. We got a special show tonight. It's going to be epic because, yes, it is bye week. We still won. I think we still won during the bye week. And then here we are Monday night. So why don't we just kind of break schedule a little bit and get a little piece from home. Let's go ahead and just get the cast here of the Queen City Derby League here. Roller Derby League. Let's go ahead and get them on and boom. What's going on, guys? Ladies and I'm gonna get sued if I do that. But everybody, this is
only do it so far.
Left to right, box cutter, Horatio and Gulia from the, hope I'm saying it correctly, the Queen City Roller Derby League, right?
That'll do.
That is awesome, guys. Thanks for joining Breaking Tables.
Thank you,
so this is cool. I've only seen it on TV. I never, thought it was actually, holy crap, this is a thing. I'm sure I did, but which is awesome to get you guys on because I'm sure like a lot of audience out there want to kind of know more about this. Before we talk about that, let's get to know you guys. Starting with Box Cutter. Where are you from?
I actually grew up in the South Towns in Boston, over near Hamburg, Orchard Park area.
Okay.
So
awesome.
Local.
Awesome. And how'd you get into the roller derby league?
So I actually moved away for about 20 years. I lived in Erie, and a friend of mine played, and her roommate was required to go. She's like, "You're going because I have to go, so you're going." And from the moment I saw it, I was obsessed, and I'm like, I can't even skate. I'm going to do this.
Awesome.
Nice. That's okay. I bet you're probably now like the toughest one out there with a name like Box Cutter.
A little bit.
Awesome.
There. There's a bit of aggression, yeah. I actually found out my grandmother played back in the 40s.
No way.
That's so cool.
That's
I'm a
awesome.
license skater. Yeah.
Brett Harmon goes, you ladies got to get me on skates. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Absolutely. Yeah. I was
insane
looking
as
for
shit.
anyone who's over the age of 18 to come and officiate with us. So if he wants to be a referee, come join us.
Yeah, we always need refs.
Oh, that I would need a bubble. I would need a bubble suit, just because
That can be
I don't.
arranged.
We're not allowed to hit the refs, so you do have that.
Yeah, you can't hit the refs.
Okay. Oh, good. All right. So possibly let's do that for charity. Come on. Horatio, talk to us. Where are you from?
I'm actually from Hong Kong. Moved to the U.S. about 8 years ago. Was in Hudson Valley for a while and then down in New York City. Moved up to Buffalo 2 years ago now. Yeah, and I'd never actually seen any derby before I started. I'd heard about it vaguely, and I got to Buffalo and I had no friends. And I thought, well, maybe the best way to make some friends is to hurt some people. And so,
Right on.
yeah, exactly. Like, what's a friend if you can't knock them off on their ass? So yeah, joined up, and it's been great.
That's awesome.
Actually,
I mean, I can just sense the aggression right now. It's like, what? Oh, we got listen, we have all night. Well, all night. We've got 55 minutes to hear the most epic stories. But Gulia, talk to us first. Where are you from?
So I'm actually from Cheektowaga, or Cheek to Vegas.
Chick to Vegas.
Good old Cheek to Vegas with the pink flamingos on the lawn. But I started skating in March. It's just something I've always wanted to do. I used to Olympic weightlift with a couple of roller derby players, and it just seemed super cool, super empowering. So I was like, I'm gonna do this. Now's the time.
Awesome. And you get to hurt people, right?
Yeah, legally,
no, I'm not
of
not. Yeah, legally, of course. All right, maybe the roller derby ones are just a little far fetched because they look pretty violent with elbows and it's like kind of like rugby on skates, pretty much. That's kind of what it looks
really
like, right?
Is rugby on skates. There's a lot less elbows. I think that is kind of like a outdated, more like late 70s and the early 90s is when they were more like throwing elbows. Now it's a lot more organized and it's a legitimized sport that is recognized worldwide.
Nice.
Right on.
I
do know that there is a Tampa roller derby near me. So I found that out yesterday or 2 days ago.
Nice.
That's
so
awesome.
how many teams are in the Queen City Derby League? Is it like a sectional, like the city place, and whoever places first or whatever? Talk to us about how that works in terms of competition.
So the way that Queen City is structured is that they have 2 travel teams. There's the Furies and the Sirens, and the Furies and the Sirens will go to like other cities and other countries to bout. So we don't have games, we have bouts. So they go to other cities and states and countries to bout other teams that are on the same level in the Women's Flat Track Derby Association. And then we have 4 home teams. We have 3 that are like house teams and 1 that is more like a rookie team. So the rookie team is our Queen's Court. So those are the ones that have just come straight out of boot camp. They're learning kind of how to derby. So they're very fresh, also known as fresh meat. They're kind of getting their wheels under them, figuring their lives out. And then we've got the Alley Cats, the Saucies, and the Devil Dollies.
Who comes up with these names? Like, what are the qualifications to come up with a cool name like that? Like, besides smoking a lot of marijuana, being like, you know what, we're gonna name it.
I mean, we're all just a bunch of badasses, and it's just what comes out. So,
so what is the coolest thing? We'll start with Horatio. What is the coolest thing that you get to do on skates? And why does it, like, I don't know, really make your day? Like you said, you made friends. Besides making friends, you can't say that again.
All right, that's a good question. I gotta say the coolest thing, and I haven't yet been able to do this, but I've had this done to me, is when you manage to time a hit, like you go in to knock somebody out of your way, and if you time it just right, when they're all, like, when their balance isn't quite centered, or if they're trying to do like a jump or like trying to sneak around, and they get hit in the right time, and somebody just goes flying. It is the greatest thing. If you get that, I like I said, I'm dreaming of the day when I get to do that to somebody else. It's happened to me, like, I think once or twice, and I just went into the next state. And it was, I mean, even just having it happen to you, even just flying, and you're like, oh, that was awesome. You are the coolest person for sending me flying like that.
Do we have a video of that?
That'd be awesome. See, in the NFL, you'd get a flag for that. So that makes it a little.
Well, there's legal and illegal hitting zones, so you get penalties in derby.
But yeah, if you hit them cleanly.
Yeah.
And
what is a clean hit? Can we explain clean hit for us?
Yeah, explain to the viewers, what are the rules? What do you have to do? What can you not do?
Could you be like more broad in that question? So there's what are considered as legal hitting zones. So it's going to be anywhere on the front of the body. It's going to be the upper arms, and then it's going to be it's always referred to as the bra strap. So literally like the shoulders down and then the booty. You're never going to hit somebody in the legs. You're never going to hit them in the knee. You're not going to like
the head.
Head blocks are out. Spine is out.
The spine
because it's dangerous, and concussions are very serious in derby.
Yeah.
You're not going to hit with your forearms or your elbows because
so no clotheslining.
No clotheslining. They don't do that anymore.
That would have been a follow-up question. Like, how many people have you clotheslined? But I really can't do that.
None intentionally and none legally. For me, at least.
I admit nothing.
So
We'll talk about this later.
I guess the next question is, how do penalties work? Like, do they throw flags or beanies at you, or they throw a stick and you got to roll over it and you trip? Oh, you're out. I don't know. Just thinking out loud.
So they'll blow a whistle. They'll call your color, your number. They'll tell you your penalty, and they send you to the box.
Oh.
And it's a 30-second penalty.
Unless you're bad. And then you get a double penalty, and then it's a full minute.
So how many people are on the skating around at a time for each team?
So there'll be 5 from each team on the track, up to 5 at any given time, depending on who's in the penalty box.
And is it like hockey where you can only have 2 people in the or minimum of 3 people on, or can you go more in the penalty box?
You need to fill all the positions, whether they're either on the track or in the box. So at no point will you have in play less than 5 per side.
Gotcha.
So whether that in play constitutes them in the box or not, there will be 5 people from each team there at every moment. And then you can literally fill the box. You can literally have 3 out of 5 in that box at that time, and then you can be waiting your turn.
Right on.
Tampanil, you want to take this one?
I was going to say, it sounds like hockey. Except you don't lose players.
Sound just like her too, Tampanil.
Just exactly like her.
Except we don't hug when there are fouls going on. You know, the whole hockey thing where they get all cozy. We hug, but we hug violently. We don't hug after the fact.
So I'm sensing similarities of hockey, a little bit of soccer. It's like all these like games are just combined, but on skates. And with the rugby aspect. And there's a how do you guys score points? I already cheated, looked this up before I got on the show. So I didn't sound like an idiot, which I'm sure I do now. But how does that work in terms of scoring? How do you guys get points?
Yeah, there's a human ball.
So yeah, technically there's kind of like a human ball. You have 2 jammers, 1 per side, and their goal is to get through the pack. And the pack is the remaining 4 skaters from each team. And once they've made their initial break through the pack, they return after going around the track. They'll return to that pack, and for every hip that they pass, they get a point.
And they're trying to escape from you, like Pac-Man, right? You guys turn into the pellet,
so
and
like,
you turn another way. You're like, I'm gonna get you.
The perceived reality is that they want to be as quick as possible to like break through, get through, and then come back around. And then they are just ping-ponged back and forth. There's like a lot of aggression towards the opposing jammer, because if they pass you, they get your point. You are a point. So you really want to protect your point, and you don't want them to get through. But at the same time, there's a lot of offense and defense, and it switches very quickly. So you may be trying to prevent that person from getting your point, but in the same moment, you might acknowledge that your jammer is stuck and trying to get through the pack as well. So you might like pop over and knock someone over and get back into it.
Yeah, that's one of the really fun parts about it. Like,
oh, good Lord. how do you guys not get tired? Like, does it go in waves like hockey, right? Like, so, you guys are on for 30 seconds, you get tired, put your hand up, and you just swap out. I don't know. How does that work?
Not exactly. So there'll be 2 periods. So it's like 2 halves, and then like a 15-minute intermission or halftime in between. And during each half, there are 2-minute jams. So each segment is 2 minutes at most. At 2 minutes, they blow the whistle, that jam is dead. But it can be called off at any point prior to those 2 minutes by the lead jammer. So that is whichever jammer has gotten through that pack first. Nice. So there could be 10 jams, there could be 100 jams. It just depends on how many they've gotten through. And it's independent of scoring, it's independent of strategy. It could just be there is this many, or they've all gone the 2 minutes and then the clock runs out.
So is your lead jammer your hardest hitter or your fastest skater?
It is the person who is jamming, who has both the strategy and the strength to get through and avoid getting trapped, hit, knocked out, run back by the opposing blockers.
So it's between the jammers from each team. So the 2 jammers who are on the track at any one time, it's whichever one of them wins whichever one gets out first, that becomes the lead jammer for that jam. And then it resets every jam.
Jamming out, giving me an asthma attack, just trying to oh man, that is crazy. That sounds like a 1999 Woodstock concert, just jamming out and just craziness. I forgot what the next question was. No, are you guys on the same team?
So teams? Actually, this past season we had a bit of a truncated season. We normally have, like I had mentioned, those other 4 home teams: the Queen's Court, the Devil Dollies, the Saucies, and Alley Cats. But because of returning post-COVID, we didn't have quite enough people to fill all of those teams. So we had a shorter season with only 2 teams that were temporary. We had the Albright Knockouts and we had the Rust Belt Riots. And this year, because we have more skaters, because more people feel comfortable coming back post-pandemic. I mean, I don't know if that's technically where we're at, but technically. Yeah. So we have a draft coming up. So we don't actually know what teams will be on.
Okay. And when's this draft?
That's a fabulous question. It is soon because the tickets for the season go on sale also soon.
All right.
Yeah, it was going to be end of October. It looks now like it's going to be more like mid-November. But
so
it can't get pushed beyond that.
Here's a 4-month range. We're just going to text you anytime at any given notice. It can be at 2 a.m, and you have 5 seconds to respond back, or we're going to pick someone else. No, not that kind of draft.
Normally it's an email.
that is cool. Gulia, what about you? What is the coolest game that you've ever watched or ever been witnessed of, or you just train wreck somebody like Horatio and Box Cut over here? Talk to us about your most awesome derby game, I guess. Apologize. Bout. Derby bout.
Oh, yes. I'm very new, so I've never bouted before. So I'm just kind of getting used to everything. So I can't really answer that question at this point.
Okay.
But you watched Birthday Bash. So what was cool that you saw there?
One of my favorite things about this sport is that there is a place for everybody. It doesn't matter how big you are, how small you are, how tall you are. So that's definitely one of my favorite things about watching is just seeing the range of body types, that play this sport. And, just sometimes the 4'11" girl takes out, a 6' girl or something like that, so just stuff like that is really cool. I just love all the diversity and all the body types and stuff like that. I think that that's something that's kind of rare nowadays with sports. So it's something that I really value and appreciate about the Derbyverse.
Awesome. That's amazing. It's good to have a common ground. Everybody has a passion, or just, it doesn't have to be the sport in general, but just getting with like-minded people. It's always good. It's like us crazy Bills Mafia. Whenever we see each other walking through a random Bills Mafia tailgate, it's always like, hey. It's like we have weird conversations. We then translate. That means oh yeah, I just went to the store, bottle of bats. And they just moved up here, so I guess they're Bills fans now, right? You have to be living here, right? You're part of a Buffalo league, and now
yeah.
I just
the number one requirement is well, actually number 2, can you skate? Well, no, I'm sure you train. The number one, or you got to be a Bills fan. Sorry, that's it. You got to get a tattoo as well. Super Bowl champs this year, 2022, 2023. Love it. Don't jinx this, Temple, but we're going 19-1. Yes. So, okay, Box Cutter, we got to ask you now. I'm sure you have some epic stories. You sound like the sport as well. It's not your first rodeo. Have you had any cool or heard of any cool stories or anything epic on the skate that you were like, oh my God, kind of, I don't know, one of those kind of moments? What is your oh shit / awesome moment?
So I often experience what they call jamnesia. I go out, I skate the jam. I don't remember anything. People are like, oh my God, that was amazing. And I'll be, I don't I was there. Was I out there? I don't remember.
I think they call it a
We call
concussion.
I've never.
She's out there skating like two. No, I can't. Dude, that's a bad joke.
No idea. So, but yeah, no, I've never hit my head. But there was a moment very similar to what Horatio was explaining would be an ideal. It was my rookie year. I was skating with the Erie Roller Derby League, and we were in St. Clairsville, Ohio, with Ohio Valley. And in one moment, I was all alone. Everyone was in the box, and I didn't realize that I was all alone. But when you're new and you're fresh and you're kind of figuring your life out, they tell you, stick with a buddy. All of a sudden, my buddy was gone. Somebody hit them out, and they ran him back, and I was just alone up. But here came the jammer, and I was like, I see you, jammer. I hit her. She flew. I didn't think I hit her that hard, but she was gone. And I was like, oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Yes. And I could hear my whole bench. She was so excited. And I was like, but where is everyone? I want a high five. And so, yeah, that was my best oh shit, because where did everyone go? But also it was a very exciting moment because I launched Jamina Dagger.
Nice.
Yeah. She came back and she hit me really hard.
She still hasn't hit the ground. She's just floating in space. That's cool. Have you guys gone out of state anywhere, Horatio? Like, or is it part of the league where you guys can go out of state if you want? It's like, let's just go challenge Las Vegas. I don't know.
The travel teams do. The travel teams, I think, last two weekends ago went to
State
College area. For a tournament. The home teams, we just, when we get drafted, play each other. So we stay local. But yeah, the Furies and the Sirens get out and about. So I've not done that yet. Maybe one day.
The number one question I have, then let's have Neil ask a million questions because I've been asking a million questions. I'm so excited over here. Okay. Is alcohol like frowned upon because you're on skates? You don't want to obviously be immobilized, or like rugby, it's like they encourage it. We do shoot the boot at halftime. So
shoot the boot.
Yeah, shoot.
They call it shoot
a community boot.
You take your own cleat off, you pour it full of beer, you pound it, then you do a keg stand, and then next it's like you time travel to the third after halftime. So
that's what Fox Cutter does.
Yeah.
It's like I just thinking about it. I probably had concussion too, just thinking about it. No,
yeah. My skates cost too much for me to drink out of them.
Yeah, I'm not. What if I get beer in my bearings? What is that? No.
I think we tend to reserve that for after the fact.
So there's propensity towards maybe a post-bout team fun shot in the locker room, and always the after party. But drinking during the game is actually against our code of conduct.
Yeah.
We like to keep our ankles and heads intact.
No, absolutely.
Our motto.
Right. That's why we need like a bubble. Let's have we'll all come up one night or one weekend, and we'll just like an off season, we'll have like bubbles, just so we can roller derby in the bubbles. That would be absolutely epic. I don't know. I'm just thinking about that.
I'm trying to imagine if that would make it more safe or less safe, because you could get some even more dramatic collisions. Like you'd really go flying with very little contact.
Exactly. That's the whole reason. I'm like, just see him rolling like a hamster wheel through the stands.
Logistics.
But then when all the alcohol comes back up inside the bubble, that seems less than ideal.
We better get that on video.
I don't want to drink on my skates.
Yeah, I get the Reynolds.
Okay, we'll have
get Reynolds for that.
We'll have the amateur division, and we'll have like the professional division. Okay.
Amateur skating or amateur drinking?
Yes.
Yeah. Plead the fifth. My relatives had a skating rink in Pike, New York. Vance Lake, part of the Vance Lake Farms, all that out there. So we say I go ice skating and skating when I was a kid. But I really like derby, the roller blades. You know, that was kind of my thing. But it's still fun either way. That's cool. I mean, that takes a lot of talent, a lot of leg muscles. Just me going out on ice skates now. I can only do it for like 10 minutes. My legs are like, nope. Get back, get off. It's time to sit down, Brian. So that's cool. And you guys have just doing it as long as you do. But it sounds like fun. We got to do that. Campanile, can we just randomly come up and like, listen, we'll sign whatever waivers. Okay. Campanile wants to be the jammer. He wants to jam out, and I'll block the hell out of you, bro. No one touching you, man. I got you, fam.
I'm gonna knock somebody to the next stage.
I mean, it could be an interesting halftime spectacle.
Yeah, that's what we go for.
You got to get all the protective gear on, though. Knee pads, elbow pads, wrist guard, helmet.
If it's on their own liability,
You can borrow them from the sweaty rats.
Will be chased by a bull. Oh my God, that thing! This is like the United States version of the running with the bulls that they have in Spain. It's going to be absolutely epic.
It's a lot longer of a waiver.
In, I believe, Texas or New Mexico, there's a league that's west that, as a fundraiser, annually does a running of the bulls, and they put horns on their helmets and they chase people, and people pay to be chased by derby skaters on skates. Like they skate after them with horns on their helmets. I forget where that is, but that's a thing.
We're gonna need an address.
Texas or New Mexico thing,
right? When did the Bills play in Dallas again? We should look into that. That's like a first of give. Here we go. We got Lance from the Friday Night Bill and Buffalo show. Go ahead, check out him and the Sauce God. I think they're at like 7:00 at night. They change sometimes, but mostly 7:00 at night, Friday nights. He goes, Breaking Tables is way more entertaining than this game. Of course it is.
I assume he's talking about the Patriots game.
Nobody wants to talk about why would Lance drink? You're not allowed to talk about the Patriots during Breaking Tables.
Yes.
We only have one. We actually on the show. We only have one rule. It's we can't say the J word, so we're not going to say it. So just make sure you watch your J's, and we're going to be okay, because someone's going to break a table.
It's a little city in northeast Florida.
Oh, okay.
And by little, I mean a very large city.
Jupiter.
Josh Allen.
Oh, you got a drink.
No, that Jay's allowed.
Coragio's got a drink.
She goes.
I heard her
Josh
say
Allen, Bill?
Not Josh Allen, though. That's perfectly acceptable.
That is, though. I think you both win. You both get a drink. Awesome. I'll drink for you guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's not coffee? I guess not.
All right. So have you guys been to, outside of, Derby, you guys seem like friends. You guys get, go out, get together. Have you been to any football games? Tell us you've been to a Bills tailgate.
Oh,
yes.
I've
Right?
never been to a tailgate.
And you haven't
I'm like,
table.
the game is at this time. I need to get there early so I can get my nachos, so I can get to my seat, so I can be prepared. I've never done a tailgate.
Okay. So
I have a friend who lives in Kauai, and he's Bills Mafia, and it is his dream to come to Buffalo and do the full tailgate experience with tables on fire, jumping through them, everything like that. So
we're here, us at Breaking Tables are here to make dreams come true. So we will tell him how to book a flight. And he's supposed to pay for it, but we'll show him how to do it.
that is like his number one dream item, is a full Bills tailgate experience with the Bills game.
we did a miniature we brought Buffalo down to our tailgate I live down here in Miami. So when the Bills played Miami this year, we all, we get together with all the friends that we've met through the show and outside of the show, whatever. And like, we all tailgate together. The whole first row, when you guys walked in that parking lot, was all like our group, dude. Yeah. It was like 50 cars. It was insane. We bet the whole experience. Campanile with his chicken wings, we jumped through 2 tables. Like, I still have a bruise on the back of my neck from, but
he was
time traveled
through the second one.
I jumped because they couldn't pick my, I'm full of mass and they couldn't get me up. So I'm like, all right, I'll count of 3. I will jump, and it's like, woof. It was like this metal frame square 4x4 table. It wasn't even a folding table. And it cracked the frame on my back of my head. And I don't know.
It bent the frame of the table itself.
Yeah,
I'm surprised I didn't break my neck.
The first tailgate I saw, there were two girls I was with who got thrown through tables. And one of them, the guy picks her up and just kind of chucks her up into the air. The other one picks her up and it was like he had some sort of grudge against the ground because, my God, he smashed that table with her. He wielded her like a baseball bat.
Maybe they were fighting or something.
Yeah, you got to wonder if there was some sort of relationship drama there. But that was my introduction to the Bills.
Oh my goodness, we're insane, and yes, it's not acceptable to the people outside of Buffalo, but inside Buffalo, this just we got a lot of pent up energy from the years of just being crap. I can go ahead and say it. You all know if you've been Bills fans long enough. But here we are, a great season, and the fans are just getting better at their tailgates. They're like, oh, remember the last tailgate? We had this. Well, what if we add, just the whole place is just fire. You got to wear we'll make a beach or something in the middle of December. That's what we should do, Tiffany.
That's what we should do.
We'll
bring some sand up
the Bills versus Dolphins game. We got to go to that.
There we go.
That's gonna be epic.
Do you go to the games in Orchard Park or only the ones in Miami, like in your neck of the woods?
I go to as many games as I possibly can.
Yeah,
home or away, don't care.
What's the furthest you've traveled to go to a game?
I went to LA for the first game. So that would be the furthest.
Yeah.
I have not been to a London game. I would go. My wife would love it if we went to that, but yeah. LA furthest.
I've driven to
right there.
Jayward or Tampa. I've stayed in Florida or flew up the Buffalo for games. So I went to the season opener against the Titans. That was all day of just waking up. If you guys even slept the night before, but waking up and just finding a tailgate to just everybody's like, hey, like I said, it's so cool. And Box kind of never
Polo for Bill's Mafia.
Yeah.
You guys are good. They're like, all right, after the show, Box Cutters gonna look at you guys are taking me to this Sunday's game against the Packers. Come on, that's
are you guys going to the Packers game?
I'm not going to the Packers game.
Staying down here for a little bit. Still recovering from the Bills Miami game. Seriously. Okay. Julia, how long have you been a Bills fan?
For forever. It's just always something that's on every Sunday when they play. It's refreshing to not dread watching them play. I'm excited to see them play because I feel like we have a really good, group of talent this past couple of years. So, but yeah, it's just I feel like it's just part of life for most people up here. You just, watch the Bills. Maybe you'll laugh, maybe you'll cry, mostly cry, but it's been better. So
yeah, it's kind of nice now to get hammered watching the games, not because you want to forget it, because you're so excited.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just doing this to calm down. Trust me.
Yeah. Yeah. Last game was a total nail biter. So hopefully this week is better.
And how long have you been doing roller derby?
I just started in March.
Okay. So you're like a rookie.
I couldn't even stand up on roller skates when I started. So
do we have a video of that?
What'd you say?
Do we have a video of that?
No.
Like a little baby deer trying to
like a newborn giraffe on ice with wheels on their feet. That was me. So
which one of you is like the veteran of the group? Right on. I like it.
So that makes you right. That's what you guys did there. That's cool. For charity, you guys should challenge a football team to be on rollerblades blindfolded, but they get to be in their football gear, and you guys got to play against them.
Yeah,
it could be like a
I'm blindfolded.
Look, I have no doubt that they would fall over first, but they would fall over onto us, and they're about what 250 pounds. They
probably can't skate
more than they're hurting themselves.
Well, wait,
right? They're not going to be able to skate.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to skate as good
on the derby track.
Oh, yeah. Then I'm with you.
No.
Besides, the medical bills would wipe out any money we earned. Yeah.
All right, so that's a no
if I
to
wasn't
the.
involved and they were doing it by themselves, sure, I'll watch. I'll give you that much.
All right. So I'm like 0 for 2 for my ideas, the whole like protected ball thing, and now obviously now this. So let me just here. Let me do everybody a favor here, I guess, and just.
But you can still be a referee. I think he'd make an excellent referee.
All right.
Yeah, you can be an
5-yard penalty. Skate backward, blindfolded. Why is everything blindfolded?
There are no blindfolds in roller derby. So.
I know.
Man,
there's no crying in baseball.
No crying in baseball. Have you seen anybody cry? Which is okay to cry. I cried when I broke my ankle, and that was 3 years ago. I'm 38. Do the math. But have you seen somebody cry just like because they won the trophy, or they're like injured? They know they can never roller derby again, kind of like
or
the
because
NFL.
you broke your neck.
There have been a few circumstances of skaters where, like, if they were retiring and it was their last game, or if it was like the last time if they were leaving the team, or I'm referencing myself. Even when I've seen somebody get broken, I've never seen them cry, but usually it's like an emotional, cathartic release for like just a big feels.
That's awesome.
All right.
No, so I mean that's everything is like it's so cool. No, it's really cool like to talk about a different topic, and it's kind of like a just a fresh breath air. Am I saying that right?
Yes,
a breath.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's it. So,
no, stick with the first way.
Fresh air. Let's try this again. Hold on a minute, guys.
We're breaking him.
So I'm out here thinking about roller derby. I'm like, I'm gonna go out get roller derbies tomorrow.
Now you ladies play at Riverworks, right?
Pardon?
You're playing at Riverworks?
Yes. So Riverworks is our home, and they actually are the first derby-specific built track in the country, and they built that for us. And it's incredible. They have everything. Everything is happening there. They have a ropes course. They have paddle boating. They have a Ferris wheel. They have axes and ale, so you can drink and throw sharp objects. Right? They have us, obviously, roller derby is the best thing there. They have a brewery. They have martial arts. They have just everything.
I mean, Epic B and Tampa Neal got really, really drunk there after the boat parade.
They got liquor, and they got liquor. And
they got a lot of beer.
But it was cool. It's huge. Like, oh my God, look at this place. Why did we go here? And we wouldn't have listen, so we were across the street. We were part of the Bills Mafia boat parade where they had hundreds of boats down the canal, and they started across the river.
Water. Yeah.
Water. And we went to the main party, and we walk in, we're like, all right, I drink Miller Lite. Like, we don't have that. I'm like, okay, do you take Blue Light? Like, we don't have that either. It's like, we have Budweiser. Okay, what about liquor? We have is just like, I don't know what, I think something like tequila or something. I was just like, all right, dude, guys, we can't be here. It's like, why? Like, they don't have any of our beers. So we all pile in a car and went across the street, and we're like, we walk in this, it looks, very deceiving. Like you're going into like some rundown apartment, and you walk in, it's like,
very industrial.
Oh, right. Yeah, it is cool.
Well, now they have like, I would almost call it like some youthful amusement park rides as well. Like, they have the slides that you would take with the potato sack, and then they have like where they strap you in and they launch you up and you bounce up and down. And that's a terrible description.
Yeah,
the thing that does the stuff. So yeah, it's very like
grown-ups can go on those too.
Yeah. But then they have hockey tournaments there, and then you can like roller skate in the summer as well. They have like open skate nights, so you can go and skate. They have skates that you can rent. There's just so much to unpack.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So the
Ziplining.
what ziplining? Yeah, right. That's cool. They have everything.
They do have zip lines. Yeah, you can go into the shark.
When you guys are getting ready, is it do you have like a stadium music where everybody just jams out to the everybody can hear loudspeakers, or do you have like headbuds and AirPods, jamming out the Michael Bolton while you're jamming? I don't know.
Oh, definitely Michael Bolton. Yeah, always Michael Bolton. And also, we usually bring a Bluetooth speaker to the locker room, and they just put on Michael Bolton, and we just exclusively Michael Bolton.
I during my meetings in the morning, I start off with some like very slow music. They walk in and like, what the hell? I'm like, psych, here's Metallica. So it's kind of all right. What kind of music do you listen to, Box Cutter? What gets you ramped up and ready to jam out?
Oh, all of the things. All of the things.
I don't know that song.
That's super vague. I know everything. I've been living my best life this past year, and I've just gone to like a whirlwind of concerts. So just a couple that I've gone to that like are like my type of music are like Machine Gun Kelly I've seen twice, and then Avril Lavigne I adore. I went to Riot Fest a couple weeks ago, so everyone there: Yellow Card, My Chemical Romance, Jimmy Eat World, Coolio.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Just a whole variety, pretty much everything.
Awesome. Horatio, how about you? What gets you motivated?
Right now, my go-to has been Band of Skulls. They're really awesome. Also, I mean, I as my name suggests, theater is my jam, so I do a lot of just musicals.
Cool.
Yeah. You got to get the right one though. Like there's nothing like what is it? It's a song from Anything Goes, which is just two people psyching each other up. It's just them saying, you're the best, and that is my greatest pump up song, is because it's just two people, in your ears going, you're the best. No, you're the best. No, you're the best. I'm like, yeah, I am the best.
Right.
Great song.
Corey, I'm like, when you said musical, I'm thinking like you walk out there tomorrow. And I'm like, wait, then you're like, oh no, I see what you're doing there. That's cool.
Yeah, a bit of Sutton Foster, more like, yeah. That's my jam.
Cool stuff. Gulia, how about you?
I'm a pretty big metalhead. So
that's what I was expecting.
That's kind of like when I'm driving to practice, that's what I like to listen to.
Yeah.
Been really digging the new Slipknot album.
Nice.
But yeah, I listen to pretty much everything. But yeah, mostly metal if I want to get pumped up.
Awesome.
Yeah, if I'm going to go out there and fuck somebody up, I want to listen to some Slipknot. Hell yeah. Almost like that.
Yeah, if the band's logo looks like a little kid like scribbled on a piece of paper, I probably like them. So.
We actually have a Spotify account for Queen City, and right now there's only 2 playlists on there, and it was the 2 teams that we had this year. But moving forward, we'll have annually like lists for each team, so like whatever the pump up music for that team is that year, if that makes sense. So kind of like what you suggested, it's all Michael Bolton.
Hey, nothing wrong with Michael Bolton. Don't be laughing. Love him.
I'm sorry.
Well, you ever see? It's every time I think of the name Michael Bolton, I think of the movie
Office Space.
Office Space.
Like, Michael Bolton.
That's a great name.
Like the Mike. No. Oh, that's stuff that we come up with here on Breaking Tables. We don't even have to talk build. This is awesome. Talking with the Queen City Roller Derby League. How often do you guys? Is it weekly? Is it bi-weekly? Monthly? Walk us through your schedule. Where can we go to these next games?
So
Spouts. I got sorry. I'll leave it, guys.
Take a shot.
Our season will be starting off in January. We're going to have 12 bouts this year, so roughly 2 a month. So it'll go January through June. And we're finalizing the schedule with Riverworks right now, and the tickets will be available no later than Christmas, hopefully. And you'll be able to find all the fast, hard-hitting derby action at Riverworks.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Next time we're in Tampa, we'll have to go check that out. So hopefully we're in Tampa for, I don't know. When's the next time we'll be in Tampa, Neil? We'll figure it out. But we'll have to get this time we'll have to get the wifey out there.
If it's starting up in January, we'll probably be up there for the playoffs. I mean, I'll definitely be up there for playoffs.
I'll definitely be up there.
I may be living in Buffalo for the month of January.
Perfect.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
My wife is giving me a funny look right now.
Excuse me? What did you say?
You can come stay with us.
Nice. This has been a lot of fun. Where can we, do you guys have, I know you got awesome derby names. I'm sure it took a lot of thought and ingenuity into getting into those. But do you have any kind of fandoms where people can reach out to you and be like, you're my favorite derby bouter, jammer, Box Cutter? How about you? Where can we find you? Do you have any Instagram or Twitter? Do you tweet like we do? I think that's what they call it.
I do not tweet. I actually run all of our social media pages at the moment, and I don't really pay any attention to my own personal ones. But if you wanted to reach out to anyone on the league, you can hit us up. We do have a Twitter, and it's QCRD_BFLO. Same thing for Instagram, and then you can always find us on Facebook at Queen City Roller Derby.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Awesome. That's so cool. Thanks, Box Cutter. Horatio, final thoughts. Are the Bills, are we going all the way this year? And are you going to take Box Cutter to a game?
I think the Bills have to go all the way this year, or the city is just going to be unlivable because of the general depression. So I'm really, really hoping that they do, because Buffalo's hard enough in the winter. We need some light at the end of the tunnel.
Let's burn all the snow. Burn all the snow. Burn it all.
Burn it all.
I work downtown, so I'm fully expecting all of Niagara Square to be on fire for the Super Bowl parade. So that's going to be really fun.
For the parade?
Yeah.
I'm not waiting for the parade.
Allentown, and we're already fully, everything's defaced. Everything's Josh Allentown. We got little pictures of Josh on all the street signs. We're ready to go. So
I fly up next week, and I'm going to be camping out for 2 months so I can make sure that I do not move from my spot on the sidewalk when they. No, I'm not gonna.
I actually bought a $200 car up there so I can bring it, downtown, just so I could tip it over and start it on fire.
That's going to be epic.
I feel like the National Guard is going to need to be deployed.
We're gonna need permission, aren't we?
I believe all three of you.
Are they going to help us?
Out. I fully believe that you've got the car.
Breaking table on a car while breaking the car. It's the next level of breaking. No, that's fucked up.
Yeah, it's just the question: do you drive the car through the table, or do you pick the car up and smash it through the table? Because I think it's
that car doesn't drive. Are you kidding me? It's getting towed there.
You put the car on the ground, you put the table on top of the car, and you drop down from a crane with fireworks shooting out at you with a bubble. Blindfolded.
Right, you're in charge of logistics. You're finding the crane and the fireworks.
Fireworks.
Tabanil, write this down. Tabanil, hurry up, write this down.
I'm not sure if TSA is going to allow me to come through the airport with fireworks again.
Awesome.
You can buy some.
No, you can buy them in New York State now. They're legal here.
Then just buy them in New York State. They're legal here now.
They're legal now?
So
yeah, look at that.
We've been gone for too long, Tabanil.
Which you
I've gone way too long.
Bill Stadium.
I have one in the car.
Guys, this was so much fun. Do you have a crane? Do you know anybody with a crane? Just asking for a friend now, okay?
You've already taken care of the fireworks thing.
Guys, this has been absolutely epic. Absolutely epic getting to know another sport that now I feel like I want to go watch. There's movies out there, roller derby movie. I'm gonna go watch it after this. I'm so excited. I'm probably gonna go buy some skates tomorrow. Wife's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm gonna practice when I'm refereeing for the league in January during the playoffs."
I'm gonna have Trish send me that video.
Video. So please record yourself.
blindfolded.
In a bubble.
In a bubble,
Only
going
blindfolded.
backwards on fire
Listening to Michael Bolton.
into a table.
With Michael
Mike,
Bolton, exactly.
blasting out the Michael Bolton, dude. I'm done. I'm done. This was so much fun. Thank you, all three of you guys, Box Cutter, Horatio, Gulia, for hopping on. This sounds like an amazing sport, and it's fun, and you get to meet like-minded folks. It's so cool. I really can't wait to check you guys out. So appreciate you guys hopping on, and I wish you guys nothing but the best, and go win Lombardi's Derby-ish Lombardi. I don't know what do you guys call your trophy? Like you get a golden skate.
So I don't know what the league calls theirs, but the WIFTA one, the WFTDA one, is called the Hydra, and it is like a golden skate.
Nice. It's got like 3 wheels instead of 4. See what I did there?
It's kind of a weird shoeless thing. It's not a very attractive. It's not a very attractive trophy, but that's not what it's about, right? It's about winning and knowing that you came out on top. But
competing,
we celebrate everyone, right? So Derby is very inclusive, and we there's a place for everyone. Everyone belongs. It's that kind of community. It's amazing.
And our boot camp has rolling admission. So
if you're hearing this and you're like, hey, I want to skate, hit us up at any of those social medias, or you can email us at intake@qcrg.net. But if you're not local, reach out to your local Derby community, because I guarantee they want you.
Yeah. And they'll teach you how to skate if you don't know how to skate.
Yeah, if a lot of people will have some skating background. I showed, like, the very first time I ever put on skates was at my first Derby practice. So that went well. But, my ankle survived, and I'm here still. So it's definitely worth it. It's the best.
That is so cool. Seriously, I don't know what's funner, rollerblading, roller skating, or ice hockey. I mean, it's all kind of 3. It's still kind of cool. You're moving around, it's not natural. You walk around your feet, you trip on it like I do. That's why I prefer skates or hockey, because you don't have to move your feet. You can just shuffle, and that's the whole purpose of it. I can't do that in real life, because that's why.
I think I've seen you do that before.
Get out on the show.
Fireball.
That's
move back to Buffalo, and you can, because the ice is here 9 months of the year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Going to Buffalo in January, it's like going north of the wall in Game of Thrones. It's
right.
But yeah, no.
Hungover Bills fans at the White Walkers.
Yeah,
100%.
We don't black out. We time travel, and whenever one of us falls, that's just like stepping into the vortex. Like, oh, he's jumping in the vortex. He ate too much sauce. So thanks again, guys. If you guys missed where to catch them, you can always email us, breakingtablespodcast@gmail.com. We'll get you in the right direction. So that's so really cool, and hope you guys can say hi. You watch us on the Breaking Tables show. So cool. Tab and Neil, bring us home, brother. I think it's time to go get some roller skates and practice.
Absolutely. Well, real quick, a little bit of Buffalo Bills news. Trey White.
Wait, we're talking about the Bills?
Real quick.
Say it.
Trey White is practicing. Yes. I am pretty confident that he may be playing here on Sunday, probably in a limited role. There's probably a very good chance that Aaron Rodgers will throw him a ball once, because let's face it, Aaron Rodgers sucks.
Terrible.
But yeah, that has happened. Right before we got on, I don't know if you saw it, we all saw that the Breece Hall is done for the season for the Jets.
Yeah.
Bills rival. They have traded.
That's a big blow for them.
That's a big blow, but they just picked up James Robinson from that shitty town in Northeast Florida.
Yeah, we're not going to stay. Yeah.
So that trade is official. That thing is down. So there we go. Anyways, taking us home. You can always catch us right here on the Built in Buffalo Network, Mondays and Thursdays, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Maya, for the great show. We always appreciate it. Tomorrow, if you missed our show live for some crazy reason, make sure you pull us up wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, whether it's Spotify, Apple Pod, Samsung Pod, Google Pod, iHeartRadio, anything ending with a pod, we are probably on. Make sure you pull us up, like us, share us, listen to us, tell your aunts, uncles, neighbors, friends. Don't tell your attorneys. Epic B.
That is right. Gina Marie from the Buffalo, New York Bills backers with official podcasts of them. They're awesome. They're Prohibition. Check them out every Sundays or for the home game. Sorry. Rogers is also going in as a 10.5 point underdog. That's insane. First time in his career, apparently. So, So it's even back here. So I can't wait for this week. Number one, just we had no football this weekend. We just kind of chilled, didn't do anything, and we're like, oh, it's football season. No, we got to shift gears again. So it's a good way to start the gear shifting. The Queen City Derby League team over here, Box Cutta, Horatio, and Gulia. So you guys started our weekend just right in time for this weekend's game against the Green Bay Packers. They're just falling apart at the rims there. But don't go anywhere, guys. Love you, Mafia. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you Thursday. Talk about this game coming up against the Packers, right? Yeah, it's going to be epic. Absolutely. Because I'm the weasel. Bills Mafia, we love you guys. Built in Buffalo Network. We'll see you all Thursday, 8 o'clock. Same time, same place. Epic B, Captain Neil. This is Breaking Tables. Bye-bye!
See you Thursday.